If you're curious how much insurance has risen in the last several years, we're going to go back from 2021 on to 2025 and ongoing. And you're going to be flabbergasted on how much the prices have risen if you haven't seen it already. Before we get into this, if you are shopping for car insurance, I've got a link in the description below where you can work with independent agent, where they can shop the rates with multiple companies. More importantly, find an agent if you have a local agent, or if you do a description below, someone that you can trust. That's probably the most important piece, is understanding that they're not just trying to get you the cheapest deal. They're trying to get you the best policy. That means the most coverage for the lowest price with a company that's willing to pay claims that isn't going negative and going bankrupt. There have been multiple companies that have lost their entire company over the last several years, so be a little bit careful on companies that you do work with. We saw a surge in 2023, 19% increase on car insurance alone. That has been due to a lot of factors. I'll link some videos that go over some specifics, but the quick summary is the cost of repairs have gone up drastically. That's probably the biggest thing. The risk has gone up also drastically as far as the number of claims that we've had and the number of deaths and injuries that we've had in claims. That's where insurance companies freak out the most. They know what your car's worth. They don't know how much a medical claim is going to be. They know how much coverage they're giving you. So they're trying to match that risk to the location that you're typically in and understanding whether it's a big risk or a low risk. That has implemented that 19+% increase from 2023. Going back one more year in 2022, it increased a little bit over 18%. The average increase that we've seen across the 2022 to 2023 range was about $270+ per year. Now it depends on the coverages and if you're doing comp and collision and the car and all of those pieces, but in general, across the board, $270+ per year is a large increase. Now, take that and we said, what did it go up? Another 19-20%. So another $280 to $300 per year. Now we're paying almost double what we were paying from 2021 to 2025. And you guessed it, it's 55.74% increase in 2021 to 2024, which leads into 2025 as well. There's been a massive increase in car insurance. If you haven't felt it, it is coming down the road. There are large companies, the largest one in the nation, which is State Farm, has had some major increases in some states and not so much in other states. That's going to create a domino effect to where they don't have the ability to hold on anymore, and they're gonna have to start raising those rates pretty drastically. So what was the actual cost, Mark? So 2021, we were talking $1,200 to $1,500 per year. That was the average annual cost of insurance. As we raised it to 2022, now we're $1,400 to $1,700 per year. In 2023, now we're $17,000 to $2,000 per year. And actually in 2025, we're close to $3,000 per year, which means if you're paying over $200 a month, $250, technically $280 in this scenario, then you're paying way too much for your car insurance. Most people, that average household, 50% of you are gonna pay less than $280 per month. 50% of you are gonna pay about $300 per month. If you feel like you've had a major increase, then the only way to do that is either A, talk to your agent, make sure you're not missing any discounts. Again, the most important thing is an agent that you trust. So if you have one you're working with, go to them first, make sure that they can or can't help you understand the scenario. B, if you know that your credit has gotten better, if it's gotten worse, don't do this. But actually, most companies don't rate it against you if you do this. Just make sure they do or don't. Have them rerun your insurance score. If you're coming up for a renewal, make sure that isn't or is playing a factor that can benefit you. Do a telematics if you want to have them just watch your driving. That's if you're going to stay with the same company. You want to keep the agent. Those are the best ways to get the most discounts. If you don't have your home or your auto or your renters with them, if you're not mixed and bundled, then that's also going to cut down 30+%. So think about this. If I can bundle my home and auto, that's going to knock off 30%. That erases 2024's and half of 2023's increase. If I do telematics, which is they're going to watch me drive, usually for 90 days, depending on the company. I've got several videos on some of them that you may want to learn about what information they're taking from you. But if you feel it's good, I did mine for 90 days and I'm done. In that case, I saved, actually, I want to say 30%. It was pretty high. I saved like $500. In those cases, you're gonna save several $100s, which is another 20%. So we've now taken the 50% and erased the increase that we had. Yeah, we had to take more steps. We had to do more things. But it's that, or find a different company that is cheaper, may a higher risk. But it's either that, or we just take the price increase. But you have those choices. You either do the steps to make that, maybe you're missing a discount, we may save another 10%. I've had customers where we reshopped them, and actually it was cheaper. So it was crazy that we even took the same company, applied all the discounts that they were missing, and in some scenarios, it does get better. Most of the cases, that's not the case. So if you're calling your agent saying, you gotta give me a better rate, that's not always what's gonna happen. But there are some scenarios where if you are seeing that 50+% increase, then they either have a suggestion that you should do, or they have some discounts that can apply to your scenario. Again, hopefully this information was helpful. If you are looking for new car insurance, link in the description below. If you want to learn more about the coverages you should be carrying, I've got my Car Insurance 101 here, and we talked a lot about discounts. If you're looking for those top 10 discounts, here are the top 10 discounts that I've found to be most helpful. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.